back, everyone, to Sure to Be Grand, the podcast about two Irish Egypts who give you their two Irish Egypt opinions. My name's Daniel, and Owen can't join us this Friday for our new segment. He has some personal things going on. He will be back as soon as he is ready. But in the meantime, you'll have to deal with me. So, folks, I have a few news bits here and there. I won't keep you for too long because I'm sure you have plenty of things to do on this wonderful Friday morning. The first thing I'll go to, we'll do the movies first. How about we do some movies first? Movies sound good. It's going to be strange, me not talking to someone, but look, we'll manage it. Anyway, today, Will Smith, the movie King Richard. For those who haven't heard of it, it's the story of Venus and Serena Williams' father, as he coached them and was their manager and all that, as they were meeting their fame in the court, tennis court, that being, not in the judicial one, I believe. I don't know why I believe, I definitely know. There's already a little bit of Oscar buzz going on because, you know, we're into September and Oscars, now Hollywood's kind of looking towards the Oscar season and all that kind of stuff. But yes, this movie is about Richard Williams, who was King Richard, who's the father of Venus and Serena Williams. And, you know, these movies always kind of sell well, I think. Like wholesome, strong, character-building kind of sports movies, usually when there's a father involved. People kind of attune to that really well. So that looks like it's going to be an interesting watch. Again, Beyonce, I believe, has a song stuck onto the credits, and this might be Oscar bait at its very finest. So we'll see how that goes. It won't be out until November 19th in theatres or on HBO Max. But yeah, that'll be something to look forward to. There's a few sports movies I like. I suppose I do like Goal, which is the soccer one, or football, whichever way you want to say it. But yeah, they're always good movies to watch. Now, we'll go on to some more my kind of movies for definite. Did you hear Roland Emmerich is throwing the moon into the earth in a movie called Moonfall? Something happened to the Earth's the moon's orbit, and the moon is being knocked into the Earth. And as you can imagine, like, you know, it would wreak havoc and will kill everyone. And, you know, the tides will be messed up. That's a big one. Yeah, Halle Berry's in this. She is, you know, space jockey, you know, knows how to fly a ship, probably the best pilot out there, that kind of character. And she has an idea of what's going on. She's taken on her a person from her past, Patrick Wilson's Brian Harper, and a conspiracy nut, Casey Houseman, who is played by John Bradley of Game of Thrones fame. And they're going to go out there and save the day. And, you know, this is just Roland Emmerich in general. You know, think Independence Day, think Godzilla, think The Day After Tomorrow. You know, it's those big bombastic movies. And I'm sure it's going to be crazy. I'm sure it's going to make almost zero scientific sense. And you know what? I'll probably love it. Yeah, it's definitely one of those stupid, like, end of the world scenarios that is always a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It touches down in the UK and the US on the 4th of February next year. So not too long to wait, 4 or 5 months. But yeah, looking forward to that. And talking of asteroids that are going to destroy the Earth, there is another movie. That movie being Don't Look Up. And it's a Netflix movie. It's, again, an asteroid's coming to the Earth, and how does humanity react to it? Big cast for a Netflix movie. You know, they have Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Jonah Hill, Kate Blanchett, Meryl Streep, Ron Perlman, Matthew Perry, like Ariana Grande shows up in it too, Tyler Perry. Like, I can keep going. Like, there's a lot of big names in this, and you know, for a Netflix movie, that's quite a push out. I think this might be their most famous cast. as a production they've made. But anyway, Don't Look Up has Leonardo DiCaprio. The trailer kind of starts out with him having a massive panic attack in the bathroom. I have a feeling that that's the case for the rest of the movie. He apparently will be working on the side with Jennifer Lawrence's character, who's very much like, here, look, just give me a few more drinks. I don't want to be here. I hate this. It looks quite satirical. I think there's a few, celebs there kind of meant to hint at that, isn't humanity very sort of surface level, and they probably will forget about this. It's probably a decent nod to how we deal with climate change. A lot of people ignoring it and just saying well, look, whatever happens kind of thing. Jonah Hill is the president in this, which probably tells you all you kind of need to know. He's very much like we have Leonardo DiCaprio having a panic attack on the sofa in the White House, and Jonah Hill as a president, oh dude, chill out. And Leonardo DiCaprio, it's literally the whole world will be wiped out. I was like, yeah, but you're so anxious, chill, you're making me nervous. And Meryl Streep is, I'm not sure who she is, she could be the vice president or some secretary of state, and she's just like, how many end of the world scenarios we get hidden here in the last 2 months at least. So it definitely seems like one of those things that people are like, I think it's satire. It's satire on modern world and how we react to terrible, terrible things happening. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it. Again, for just what seems to be a bit of a gag movie, it's weird that they have such expensive cast, but who knows? It might actually be enjoyable. Let's go on to our next thing. The next thing being Andrew Garfield. And you know it, Spider-Man No Way Home. He has been very clear now in saying that he's not in the movie. He said, I understand why people are freaking out about the concept of that, because I'm a fan as well. You can't help but imagine scenes and moments of, oh my god, how fucking cool would that be if they did that? But it's important for me to say on the record that this is not something I'm aware I am involved in. But I know I'm not going to be able to say anything that will convince anyone that I don't know what's happening. No matter what I say, I'm fucked. It's either going to be really disappointing for people or it's going to be really exciting. I don't even know anymore. There's been so much subterfuge, and he is going to be there, and so many people saw him set, and there's even a 4K video that was put on YouTube with him on set, but some people say it could be from the last movie with some compositing going on. Who knows at this stage? I still think he's showing up and he's just lying. Maybe a little bit too much, because I know the last time the Spider-Man movies were coming out, for his one, he was a little bit, he was telling people a lot of stuff. So I think I have a feeling that Marvel basically went, look, we'll give you another bonus of $2 million if you keep your mouth shut. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think Andrew Garfield is in the next movie? Do you think him being so sincere with the lying here is going to pay off? Or do you think no one will ever trust him for anything ever again? I hate to be in his position. But anyway. So, Dune. These are not really news bits, but it's nice seeing the actors' responses to what the movie's like. It seems quite positive so far. Jason Momoa has apparently seen Dune 3 times, and it was the first movie that was oldish where he was able to bring his kids to. That's a little bit more mature. He saw the first movie by himself, and he was just blown away. And he saw it the second time with his kids, and he says, I 100% dove into this like I wasn't in it. I feel like that when I went to see it, that was the third time seeing it, and it was so good, I was blown away. The first time I saw it, I was blown away. The second time I went and took my kids, which was really, really crazy. I'd never take them to something that adult yet, but I knew was very important. But there's lots of things I did for my son in the films. He learned Cal-I, and I used that in the film. So he seems very excited. He seems like it's something he wants to bring his kids. He was hinting at something that his character, or he has to do in the movie, saying, it gutted me. What happens in the film, my kids are seeing that for the first time. I'm like, oh God. But at the same time, they want to go see it. It's their favorite movie. They 100% love Dune. I'm excited to see the rest of it. And yeah, I'm really interested in seeing this film. It's very tantalizing. Oscar Isaac, he just straight up called it a masterpiece, and I left with so much gratitude that I could just be part of something that was that amazing, that cool, that much of a cinematic achievement. I think it's unlike anything that ever came before it. I think it's a masterpiece. And I mean, Oscar Isaac would know about masterpieces. The man has been in so many fantastic movies. So I'm really looking forward to Dune. On the lighter side of things, Denis Villeneuve, I hope I pronounced that right. I know his face more than I know his name. He's very happy about the film, but there was a scene that's apparently very painful to him. There's a musical instrument in the movie that's made purely for the book and the balisette, and he just couldn't do it. Apparently, it was just beyond him. Like, the Dune is apparently so close to the material. The movie is to the book, and they tried to get everything right, but apparently the balisette pushed him a little bit too far. The next one on the block is the Matrix Resurrections trailer has come out. A few days ago, the What is the Matrix website was updated with a little question with a red pill and a blue pill. From the original Matrix movie, the blue pill puts you back into the Matrix, like nothing ever happened, and you move on with your life. And the red pill gets you down the rabbit hole, and you enter the world of what is actually reality. And you can click either one, and it gave you 2 teaser trailers for the main trailer coming out. And one was just kind of on the side of, like the red pill would show you all the things that are Matrix related, and oh my god, there's something going on. And the blue pill is very much like, you're seeing a psychiatrist, you're a therapist, Neo or Thomas. You have to relax and kind of understand that all that was in your head. Which is it's a very Matrix thing to do. The actual trailer came out. I'm not too sure about it. We saw some cool fighting effects and that kind of stuff. But so first of all, color grading is kind of not green anymore, which is not the end of the world to me. I mean, that's kind of how we saw it at the end of the Matrix Revelations, when the Matrix was rebooted and healed, and it was lovely sunny weather, and everything was warm toned. It's kind of like this in the movie. Neo or Thomas is like living a life of a normal person who's on medication because he keeps having dreams about what he's been through before, and he sees Trinity in the streets, which is interesting because as far as we know, Trinity is dead. I mean, to be fair, we thought Neo was dead as well, though. I will always say, we don't know that for sure. Like, the machines did bring him off, and we do get shots of his. If you look at the trailer carefully, you see his eyes are damaged when he's in those big gooey vats with the cable sticking out of your head. There's a part of him there, and his eyes are kind of burnt, and there's another scene where he kind of awakens and you see his eyes. So I think the machines probably healed him. Same thing could have happened to Trinity. Some people claim they saw Trinity being in one of those vats as well. Maybe they healed her and fixed her up. Even though I have a feeling Trinity might just be like a construct. I'm not sure if it's actually her. And there's a whole new generation of rebellion that's guess trying to get Neo back and make him aware of himself. There's a young Morpheus, or someone who looks like Morpheus. The big leather jacket, the eyes without the ear handle bits. What are they called? And it's very much Morpheus, but a young Morpheus. Fishburne hasn't been invited back, even though he wishes the movie all the best and hopes it's fantastic. So I guess that's big of him. It'll be interesting to see. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't really punch hard for me as a Matrix film. Like, none of the shots really were like, wow, this is outstanding. Like, it's something you'd see in any other movie. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get another trailer before Christmas, before this movie comes out. But yeah, looking forward to it. like, I was more excited to when it was the teaser trailer, but I'm a little bit worried now with this trailer that came out. I wasn't blown over by it. I have a feeling this is probably going to be a handover situation to the next generation. There's some very sort of characterized younger people in it. I wonder maybe this is Neo handing it over to them in this movie. But who knows? But look, it's a Matrix movie. At least visually it might be interesting. But yeah, let's move on to video games. PlayStation had its big showcase event, revealing some of the games that are coming. I personally thought it was a fantastic show off of what's to come. Some really cool titles. You know, look, let's get the obvious one out of the way, at least for me. Knights of the Old Republic is getting a from the ground remake coming, which I think is a timed exclusive deal with PlayStation 5. And yeah, it's Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, which is just astounding. Delighted to hear that's been made. It's been looked after by Aspire, and I'll be honest, I didn't recognize the name at first, but they were in charge for porting and working on the game of the Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, when they were porting them over to Mac, Android, and iOS. So, like, they know these games through and through. So, like, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. It's a shame that, BioWare isn't doing it, but at the same time, BioWare is not the studio that it used to be either. So, look, it's a remake. Worst case scenario, where you don't like it and you just play the original, so there's no loss. But yeah, no, I'm really interested to see how this goes. It's probably one of the most popular Star Wars games of all time. Its sequel even more so. And there was an MMO, obviously, that most people counted as the third installment. So yeah, looking forward to that. Alan Wake, as if we're talking about remasters and remakes, is coming back. It's coming out, and it'll be arriving on the 5th of October. Nicely retextured. It'd be interesting to see how this game will do in the modern era. I mean, I know you never meant to look into like the showcase comment section as things are coming out, but there were a lot of snoozes and ZZZs, so I guess to some people Alan Wake isn't exciting, which is bizarre to me. It's a fantastic storyline, atmosphere is superb, so I'm very much looking forward to this and giving it another go. To be honest, the Star Wars one and this makes me really want to get a PS5, and I'll be honest with you, I've been on a PC and Nintendo Switch sort of move for the last few years, so this is a cool thing to jump onto. Yeah, for sure. A game called Forspoken, which, I mean, it's one of those storylines I never really like, but someone from the real world feels sad and then not happy, and they get transported into the magical fantasy world where they have to fight and save the day. I mean, most people know that trope from anime and manga, and I'm not really mad about that as a story point, but the combat looks cool. The character can shoot like ice and water and runs around and flies about the place. I mean, it looks grand. It looks open world-ish. Some of the other NPC character models were a little bit questionable. I wonder if that's on purpose, but who knows. But yeah, that's Forspoken. Definitely check out these trailers. I wasn't massively disappointed with any of it. It's like the only thing I kind of was bored with was Marvel stuff. Yeah, there's Ghostwire Tokyo, which seems to be a cool sort of scary movie combat thing. Again, check it out if you like. God of War Ragnarok. I mean, this one's always going to sell. Kratos is, I think, fighting Thor. Excuse me if I'm wrong about any of this. I haven't actually played the first one yet because I don't have a console for it. But yeah, look, the first movie was very popular, and the first game was very popular. And I imagine the sequel do just as well. So yeah, Kratos and his son, who I believe is actually going to be Loki eventually in this pantheon, go on another journey trying to find the god of war of this pantheon, because war might actually be the right thing to like save the day or something along those lines. So who knows? Yeah, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, last time they did an E3 showcase, it went on for 40 minutes. There's not much to say here. It's Marvel smart talking and attacking a beast, running around it and attacking them more. Some people like this. It's not really for me. I'm a bit tired of these kind of games. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people excited about this. We see Spider-Man and we see Miles Morales Spider-Man in it as well. And they seem to be teaming up to fight Venom. And we actually get to see Venom in this. So that seems fun. And a lot of people also saying that they could hear Kraven the Hunter as a voiceover. Though if that is Venom or Kraven the Hunter, who knows? Maybe Venom and Kraven the Hunter are the same thing? No? Maybe, Venom took him over? Who knows? Could be. Which would make Kraven really fucking powerful, to be honest. Also, alongside of that, Marvel's Wolverine. So we're going to get a Wolverine game, probably in the style or something like Spider-Man 1 and 2. Not sure if it's going to be open world. I imagine it'll be something along the lines of that. And you get to fight as Wolverine. And everyone likes Wolverine. So much so that all the X-Men movies were basically about Wolverine in some way or form. Project Eve, which looks astonishing. Really gorgeous game. Cool combat. Cool enemies. Karen walls are really nice looking. Seems to have a lot of Bayonetta in it. A lot of crazy godlike athletics. So that'll be interesting. Uncharted is coming as well. Legacy of Thieves collection is coming to the PlayStation 5 as well, which is exciting to me, is that it's coming to the PC 2. Not the PC 2, that'll be a technological jump forward, wouldn't it? You had the PC 1, but now play the PC 2. Anyway, yes, so finally Uncharted is coming to the computer, and I'm looking forward to actually playing it. But I will say, this event was pretty cool. It makes me kind of think of getting the PlayStation 5 and see how that goes. And folks, that's it for our solo news segment this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Owen will be back as soon as he possibly can. And yeah, subscribe, follow us on social media, share us with your friends. It's always appreciated. Just understand, it's always appreciated when you do that. We're a small podcast, but we like to get more people talking. We want to set up a Discord. There's a Discord waiting, but we just want, a few more people on social media getting involved, and then we'll start adding you to that. There's cool stuff ahead. We just need the numbers to see if it's worthwhile. Anyway, that's it from me, Daniel, today, and have a lovely weekend, everyone.
Asherlow. It'll be grand.